Welcome to the Refine and Shine, the podcast dedicated to mastering the art of continuous improvement and optimizing every aspect of your life. I'm Angelina Rivera, your host, and together we'll uncover the secrets to refining our lives, our habits, and our processes to unlock our inner brilliance. Join us on Refine and Shine, where we'll delve deep into achieving more in life without the burnout and without all the stress. This podcast is your platform for a more fulfilling life through continuous improvement and personal growth. In each episode, I and a diverse array of guests discuss practical strategies for up-leveling every aspect of your life. From developing good habits and organizing your space to refining your mindset and personal goals, we're going to explore it all. Our guests share personal stories about the systems they've developed or systems they've used and the tweaks they've made in their lives when refinement was needed, allowing them to truly shine. Listen to Refine and Shine to learn how you can implement continuous improvement techniques in your daily routine, develop and maintain healthy habits that lead to success and satisfaction, organize your life to reduce the stress and increase your productivity, foster a growth mindset that propels you to new heights. My mission is to inspire you to take bold action, make positive changes, and become the best version of yourself. Whether you're aiming to elevate your career, nurture meaningful relationships, or enhance your overall well-being, Refine and Shine is your guiding light. With over 25 years of experience in continuous improvement, I help businesses streamline their processes, establish efficient work areas, and implement standard work protocols. I have trained over 600 individuals and teams in process improvement, optimizing workflows, and enhancing overall operational efficiency. Tune in every week as we embark on an enlightening journey, exploring paths to refinement and illuminating the way to shine in every area of our lives. Subscribe now and join us on this journey to polish your life and let your best self shine through. Thank you for joining us on Refine and Shine. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Refine and Shine podcast. I just want to share that today feels a little different. You see, this is episode 100. And before we go any further, I just want to pause and just really sit in that for a moment. Because this podcast, it didn't start just as a business strategy or a content plan. It started as a calling, a place for real conversations, a place for healing, and a place to share stories that matter. Let's talk about the beginning. When I released this first episode of the podcast, it wasn't random. The first full episode went live on a day that carried deep meaning for me. It was released around the time our daughter would have been celebrating her 22nd birthday. I shared the teaser, and then her birthday, the day that she was supposed to have been born, would have been July 9th. And that was when the first episode came out, episode number 1. That week, that season has always been significant for me. Because around that same time frame, years earlier, around this same time frame, right now, 24 years ago, was when we found out we had lost her. This loss happened in 2002, in January of 2002, 24 years ago. And now here we are, episode 100, landing this in the same season again. Around the same dates, it's the same emotions, and the same reminder of both loss and momentum. This doesn't feel like a coincidence to me. Like what a timing it was. You see, the way that I had started to add in more episodes and this and that, I didn't even sit and realize it until I was planning out this week, and I was like, oh my gosh. This is the time that we found out we had lost her. And I just kind of feel that momentum grows with me, or that, not the momentum, that pain carries with me, but it's not a sadness pain. It's kind of like joy in a way, that if we can make our grief, our pain into purpose. So there have been moments though when pressing record has felt heavy, because my life has not been easy these last few years doing this podcast. It's not because I didn't believe in the podcast, but because, like I said, seasons carry weight that doesn't go away just because time passes. Grief doesn't disappear, it transforms. And what this podcast has allowed me to do is honor both where I've been and where I'm going. Some episodes come from joy and clarity. Others come from places of quiet, of strength, reflection, and healing. And I think that's why this show has resonated so much, because life doesn't just wait until everything is healed or figured out. Over the last 100 episodes of this podcast, Refine and Shine has grown into something bigger than I've ever imagined. We have talked about healing and personal growth. We've talked about time, energy, and boundaries. We've talked about entrepreneurship and leadership. We've talked about faith, resilience, and rebuilding. We've talked about learning how to trust yourself again. We've talked about what it means to keep going even when life changes you. And one of the most beautiful things for me has been watching listeners turn into community, my guests turn into friends. People realizing that they're not alone in their questions, they're not alone in their struggles, and they're not alone in their growth. And as I've shared this before, everything I do, including this podcast, goes back to my Shine principles. They weren't curated during an easy season of my life. They were shaped through lived experiences. And so I want to share those again with you. S is for showing up. S, you have to show up. Even when it's uncomfortable. Even when your voice feels tired. This podcast exists because I chose to show up anyway. H is to have good habits. Because motivation fades. Habits, they're going to carry you. Recording consistently, scheduling guests, preparing intentionality, honoring commitments, that's how 100 episodes happen. And I is for intentional. I have been intentional with my time. I've been intentional with my energy, intentional with conversations. Every episode is recorded with intention, not to perform, but to connect. Connect my guest with you, my listeners, and for me to also connect with you, my listeners. Connect with the guests. Like all of it is all about the connection, being intentionally there to share these stories of resilience, of strength, and growth. N is to never give up. Even when life has thrown detours, even when momentum slows, even when doubt creeps in. There were pauses, there were questions, but quitting was never the answer. I have consistently had an episode release every single week, sometimes more than one episode every single week since I first launched. And that is showing that I never give up. And E is for every day celebrating your wins. Not just the big ones. We always wait till the big thing. We want to wait for the big thing, but every day you need to celebrate those wins. Every day. Sometimes the win for me was just pressing record. Sometimes it was finishing an episode. Because it was a message from someone. It was those messages that I would get from someone saying, I needed this today. Sometimes I would record an episode months ago. And as I'm re-listening to the episode to put it all together to launch, I needed those messages as well. I needed those reminders. And those are the things that I needed to celebrate. I know that there are many of you out there who are struggling at times. You're struggling. It's a new year. You see all these people flashing like, oh, I'm going to do this for 2026. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And you're like, oh, I just want to survive. I hear you. And for you, I say every day, celebrate those wins. You got up, you made your bed, celebrate it. You took a shower, celebrate it. It doesn't have to be the big flashy things. That's what we always think. It has to be this big old thing. And it's not. Every day, you do something to improve yourself. Every day. What I have learned through these 100 episodes, I have learned that growth is layered. That healing isn't linear. It comes in layers. That leadership often looks like vulnerability. I've learned that consistency compounds. I've learned that small, faithful steps truly add up. And that again goes back to every day celebrate those wins. And I've learned that people don't need perfection, they just need honesty. I've shared a lot with you over these episodes, and there are also things I haven't shared yet. There are stories, lessons, moments that are still unfolding. And as this podcast continues, there's so much more coming. There's more conversations, more incredible guests, more stories that matter. And I cannot wait for you to see what comes next. And I just want to show a little bit of gratitude. If you've been here since episode 1, thank you. If you found this podcast recently, welcome. And if you've been listening while you're driving, you're walking, you're cleaning, you're working, or healing, I see you. This podcast exists because you chose to press play, and that's something I'll never take lightly. Every episode isn't an ending, it's a marker. A reminder that showing up matters, that staying committed matters, that there's a story that you need to listen to, and that our story evolves just as you do. So wherever you are in your journey right now, if you're starting, if you're restarting, or simply just surviving a season, keep showing up, keep refining, and keep shining. Thank you for being part of this journey with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Refine and Shine. We hope you find valuable insights and inspiration to fuel your journey of continuous improvement. Remember, the key to success lies in refining your processes and letting your inner brilliance shine. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your feedback is greatly appreciated and helps us reach more listeners like you who are eager to refine and shine in all areas of life. Stay connected with us on social media for updates and additional resources and behind-the-scenes content. We love hearing from our listeners, so feel free to reach out with any suggestions, questions, or success stories you'd like to share. As we wrap up, remember that the power to transform your life lies within you. Keep striving for growth, embracing change, and seeking opportunities to refine your skills. Together, let's continue to shine bright and make a positive impact in the world. Until next time, keep refining and keep shining.